I'm casting Magic Missile.
Why are you casting Magic Missile? There's nothing to attack here.
I'm attacking the darkness.
What's going on, everyone? Skoot Illithid back here again, going to give you today 5 new player tips for Dungeons and Dragons. So we're just going to get right into it. Tip number 1, read your information as a player. Know your class, know your race, know what they're capable of, know their weaknesses, their flaws, also information about the background and the different items that you picked for your character. There's a certain situation where you go into an encounter and you look back on it and you're like, oh man, I could have really used this. Why didn't the DM tell me? That's not his responsibility to keep up with your player's information. He may know a generalized idea of the class and the race and the different abilities that it gets, but he can't tell you, hey, this would be the best thing to use in this situation. That's up to the player, his responsibility to know what he has available to him. So just read up on the information of your character, know his class, know his race, and just be knowledgeable of that character. Tip 2, be courteous of your DM's house and him hosting a session for you. You go to his house and you're completely disrespectful to his house, you're leaving trash everywhere, have good table etiquette. Know that this DM put a lot of work into hosting this session for you. Understand that he put a lot of time and thought into the session and is having this for you guys, for the players. So just be courteous of your DM, of him hosting a session at wherever he is hosting it up. Just be courteous. Be open to suggestions from other players. If you run into an encounter and you know that there's a couple of bugbears behind the door that are waiting for you, and the players start to kind of talk and set up a plan and be like, hey, you should use this cantrip and then do this. Be open to suggestions. Don't be a lone wolf. Don't be a one-man army. You're there with a team for a purpose to get something done. So if a player says, hey, you should use this cantrip and then try to sneak around this way, don't be like, no, I'm not going to do that. That's a dumb idea. Be open to suggestions. Even if it's something that you don't want to do, be courteous and acknowledge, hey, we're trying to work as a team. I don't really want to go that direction. This is how I want to go about it during this way. While you're in game, play your class. If you're playing a paladin, play a paladin. What would he do? What does his alignment reflect? How is this paladin going to go about the things that he's doing? If you're a paladin, don't try to sneak around and be a rogue and sneak under tables. Play your class. Do what the paladin would do. Do what a rogue would do, or a ranger in certain situations with certain encounters and even talking to certain NPCs. You have to really dig deep into the role-playing aspect into, I'm playing this character in game, what would he do in this situation? Another thing that helps with that is looking at his flaws, his ideas, his bonds, and incorporate that into whatever you're encountering at that time. Here's one more quick tip that is going to help you out, and it really takes the stress off the DM as well, is be ready before your turn. That's a big thing with players, is it gets to their turn and they were distracted or they were doing something else, and they're like, okay, what are we doing again? What just happened? And now the DM and all the players have to completely stop the session and explain to you what just happened. So before your turn, be ready to go with what you want to do. Instead of sitting there for 2 or 3 minutes, contemplating, well, should I do this? Should I do that? I mean, there are going to be certain situations where you're going to have to really contemplate about what you want to do. But for just a generalized basic, encounters and NPCs and stuff, try to have an idea of what you want to do beforehand. So when it gets to your turn, you can be like, I want to do this, 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 and this. It brings the session to just a smooth road. It keeps everything going. It's all the players are going to get through their turn. It's going to get through the round quicker, and you're going to get more done, and everything's going to go, like I said, much more smoothly. So this is it for me, guys. If you're watching this and you have some player tips that you want other people to know that watch this video, go ahead and drop a comment of just some of the certain tips or tricks that you learned as a new player. That would be fantastic. But other than that, that's all I got today. So like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video. I'll see you guys whenever, probably tomorrow. I'll probably be working on something tomorrow. So you guys have a great day, great night, wherever you are, and I will see you guys later.